Hey, folks, it's decision time. Actually, it's long overdue decision time, but, like 2.5 days, but I've been busy, and when I haven't been busy, I've still been busy. There's a new icon on the desktop that might give you an idea with what I've been busy with. Anyway, majority vote seems to be for going after the fake technician, so let's go ahead and turn to page 12. That infiltrator just sabotaged your whole base. No way are you going to let him get away. You want blood! You take off after him, banging the back door open and sprinting down the hallway. Ahead of you is the sound of someone running fast but light. You chase him around the corner to the main level access core, but by the time you reach the platform, he's already one level down. You lean over the railing, but through the maze of catwalks and cables, you can't spot the intruder. He's down there, though. You can hear his footsteps ringing softly on the open metal stairs. Here we go again. Wouldn't be one of these videos now without that popping up, right? You can hear his footsteps ringing softly on the open metal stairs. Clicking off the safety catch of your gun, you start down after him. One step at a time, you listen between each breath. Suddenly, a shadowed figure flies through the air. A foot flashes towards your head. A fist follows through. Out cold, you slump to the steel deck. You never even saw it coming. Your attacker eases himself over the railing, drops softly to the floor, and is gone. There's a fine line between being a hero and being a fool. Unfortunately, you just crossed it. I don't have a problem with that ending. I think that's totally reasonable, completely fair. Some of these things are pretty iffy, but I think that one, yeah, I think that one's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you have no idea who exactly the hell you're chasing after. Could be some super epic man, and, you're G.I. Joe, you don't care, but wise men say only fools rush in. Something like that. A wise man once said it. So, let's go back here and review this page 26 here. Place is in a shambles, lights are out, sparks are flying, equipment is smoking. Not managing too well. We've got to get the main digital storage drive working. Without it, we can't operate a single computer on the base. That means radar and communications too. But I guess we'll still be able to get on the line to base security, even though that saboteur obviously just screwed over everything, while we all stood around with our hands on our hips watching him like idiots. Exactly. So let's go ahead and flip to page 68 here. You realize you've got a much better chance of stopping the Cobra infiltrators if half the base is looking for them instead of just you. On the desk just to the right of you is a red security alert phone. You pick it up, but the lousy thing is dead. Tossing it aside, you call out, "Breaker, I've got to talk to Hawk. What lines are still open?" So it makes sense that the phone's dead, considering what's just happened in the room. How are we going to solve this mystery? From inside the satellite supply conduit comes the answer, "No ID, Delta." All you can see are Breaker's legs as he tries to save the last international link-up. Then he adds, "Why don't you try the payphone in the lounge?" The what? Get serious, man. I might as well sit down and write a letter. But you push your way out of the room and double time it down to the lounge. You drop a coin in the slot, and after 2 rings, someone picks up and says, "Number, please." "Put the general on," you say with authority, and this is no joke. "May I ask who's calling?" the voice inquires. "Sure, the President of the United States." You switch the phone to the other ear. Who knows, it might help to cut red tape. The switch the phone to the other ear thing is such a weird detail. Like, just a randomly thrown in tidbit. Like, what? We miss detail of so many things in this book, but switching the phone to the other ear? Oh, we need to know about that. That was the bad ear. Now let's pick it up with the good ear. You're trying to get in touch with your commanding officer, and if you don't do it soon, you can kiss the whole G.I. Joe base goodbye. After a few seconds that feel like forever, Hawk's gruff but familiar voice barks into the phone. "Yes, Mr. President, how are you today, and how are things in Washington?" You search for the right words, but since there aren't any, you simply say, Hawk, this is Delta. I'm in the..." Suddenly, an explosion rips out part of the ceiling above you. Roll to dodge. Hawk shouts above the roar. Are you at the control tower? What in the fiery furnace is going on there? Can you tell me? So I guess even though the ceiling was above me, it wasn't above me, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't just casually hold my head next to the payphone, or have it against the one ear that matters. Oh, there goes part of the ceiling. No, not a problem, sir. Say, can you tell me? Yes, sir. Well, good. Then double time it down to the briefing room. I'll get the boys together and we'll sort this out 1, 2, 3. We'll sort this out 1, 2, 3. Hawk is the count. My God. The line clicks off and you're on the go. Turn to page 84. Got it. 84. The briefing room is 2 levels down, and since the halls and stairs are jammed with confused security details, you take the elevator. That is so weird that the elevator is the best choice in an emergency situation. It's so weird. I can't dispute it. I don't know how emergency planning goes on G.I. Joe bases, but whatever. Suddenly, the electricity is cut, and you are trapped in the elevator forever, until a saboteur hops down from the ceiling and knocks you out. The end. No. The doors close, you punch the button for level 4, and just like clockwork, they open back on level 3. That doesn't sound like clockwork. Gung-Ho and Rock and Roll, 2 of the real heavy hitters on the G.I. Joe team, step inside. Shut up, birds. Hey, Delta, says Gung-Ho as the doors close behind him. You got the call, too? You say, shaking your head. Other way round. On this one, I made the call. The elevator stops and the 3 of you step off, walking directly into the security control briefing room. Hawk, Lowlight, Dial Tone, and Thunder are already there, and Hawk is raging. You and your buddies pull up seats quickly. Hawk slams his fist onto the table in front of him. Everyone on this base has a different story about what's going on. I've heard reports from this one, reports from that one. Everybody saw something and nobody knows anything. All I know for certain is that they've taken out our radar and communication systems. He looks straight your way and says, Delta, if you have the key to this mess, let's hear it now. More page turning for exposition and elite liberal justice. All the G.I. Joe team members in the briefing room listen carefully as you give the story to them straight. You tell them how the 3 G.I. Joe impersonators stole the P-140 in all the gory detail. The gory what? I hope the book's being sarcastic. Williams, no! Why you use sarcasm? The gory detail. What was gory about it? And then blood splattered across the sky. Oh. Thunder says, face it, we've been burned. Oh, but what I don't understand is how 3 commandos squeeze into 1 fighter. Maybe 2, but 3? No way. Then you tell them about the fake technician and how he deliberately sabotaged the digital drive. You're sure he's the 3rd man. Hawk drums his fingers against the table nervously. Those infiltrators are no amateurs. I'm sure the 3rd man made a quick getaway. No use in chasing him now. You can't believe your ears. What's wrong with Hawk? He's letting a Cobra agent escape right under his nose? You stare at your teammates. Are they going to buy that? What Hawk says next makes more sense to you. The important thing is to recover that P-140. You are all now officially a pursuit team. Going after the bandit plane sounds great, but there is no way you agree with Hawk about the 3rd Cobra agent. He could still be around and planning more trouble. It's more likely that the 3rd man got away than the P-140? After our radar and communications tower's been taken out? Really? Well, what are you going to do? If you decide to lead the pursuit team, volunteer and turn to page 38. If you decide to disobey your commanding officer and go after the fake technician, turn to page 49. And I'll give you guys this one. As far as I remember, I haven't read ahead. So I'm going on memory here. This is not a dead-end decision. Oh, it doesn't lead... Neither choice leads to a dead end. That's what I'm saying. You can see more narrative and win the story through either method. They're just obviously different, okay? Spoilers! If you didn't want to be spoiled, then you shouldn't have listened to the past 30 seconds. What a fine time to tell me, Grimith. I know. So, that's it. Decision time. What should we do? Should we lead the pursuit team, or should we disobey our commanding officer? Because that's always a great idea. True story. Yeah, really. Alright. TTYL, lol.